In this video, I'm going to go over early career and entry-level cybersecurity salaries. Some jobs you can work your entire life for and then get to like 90K. But in cybersecurity, you can get to 90K after 2 years of solid work experience. Even though a job description might say they want 2 to 3 years of experience, take this with a grain of salt, as a lot of people don't have 2 to 3 years of experience in cybersecurity. You can compensate by number one, a degree, certificate, project, or creating your own business, and that does count as experience. All of the jobs that I'll be going over are actually in Colorado, and I chose Colorado because there's a law that requires them to put the salary range in the job description. And you may be like, well, Colorado is more expensive where I live. I also included in the link below a link that will convert Colorado into where you live. It's super handy. Now, the first cybersecurity job posting I'm going to go over is a information security engineer, and what they do here is what they're requiring to research and explore emerging technologies. Now, you can definitely do that. I believe in you, and if you're watching this YouTube, you're researching and you're exploring new technologies. Analyze and improve cybersecurity infrastructure. Now, they're not saying how you should improve the infrastructure. Cybersecurity patches and things of that sort sometimes just knock out systems. So that's probably what they're alluding to here. The next one is to draft high value documentation. I don't really know what they mean by high value. Maybe detail oriented? I'm not sure, but documentation is really important. So creating SOPs, and then you're going to conduct periodic scans. So using Nessus to find vulnerability scanners, and sometimes you'll be patching these, or sometimes you'll pass them off to someone else to be patched and they will push the patches. So Nessus, Burp Suite, Wireshark, all really good skills to gain. You're also going to investigate cybersecurity forensic investigations. Now, this job post has like 3 different jobs in it, but you're going to be doing everything apparently. Scanning, investigating forensic things, improving the systems, all of it. And you're also going to be doing incident response and disaster recovery. These are really good skills to have, but again, this is usually its own job, and it's also called SOC position or the incident responder position. This is what I mean by like the job descriptions don't really make sense. This is literally 4 different jobs in one. This is a wide variety of skills here. And then you're also going to build relationships with clients. So you're going to be communicating with people. I mean, you do that in every job, kind of fluff. And look at the qualifications. There's no years of experience for this qualifications, and you just need a 2 to 4 year degree. This is definitely an entry-level job. Hands-on experience, you can get hands-on experience through doing a variety of projects on each one of these key points. And the pay is $85,000 to $125,000 a year. This is not an overstatement. You really can make that much with just like 2 years of experience in cybersecurity. Now let's go to the next job. That'll be identity access management. Extremely important, and the skills aren't that difficult to learn. So let's look at a job description here. We're going to be determining and creating security roles. This is not difficult to do, and there's a variety of platforms. So AWS, I have a course linked below. You can learn IAM for AWS, and it's a guided project by Coursera. So just look in the description below. Really good skills. It would qualify you for this job, basically. Mapping fields and metadata between various systems. This sounds like data entry to me. Ensuring connectivity with network engineers. This is also a very basic task made to sound fancy. Troubleshooting and integrating tasks with clients. So this is like help desk. You're going to be troubleshooting with customers, basically. The range here is $40,000 to $50,000, and it's a remote job. This is key, remote. So you're not gonna have a commute, and you're going to need to know XML. This can be easily acquired. You're gonna need to know basics of SQL, and I have a course below by Google that can teach you all of that, and you can do it in about 1 to 2 months. Basic understanding of Active Directory. Again, that shouldn't take you more than like 5 to 6 hours to figure out Active Directory. It It's not a hard skill. And you're gonna need a familiarity with operating systems such as Windows, Linux, and all of that sort. I do have a course below for Linux, check that out. Next job on this list is an information security analyst, and this pays $75,000 to $120,000 a year. That's really good. You're gonna need about 2 years of experience. Again, take that with a grain of salt, but also just be really happy that after you get 2 years of experience, which is early career, you can make $75,000 to $120,000. So if you're in the beginning stages wondering if cybersecurity is for you, then it pays really well, really rewarding work. Here you're going to administer the current SIME platform. They're probably using Splunk. There is free Splunk classes on the Splunk website that you can go to and learn all about Splunk, and that checks that off, and then create some projects and show that you can do the work. Help develop and assist the implementation of effective security event monitoring. I don't know, that sounds like Splunk to me. Define data audit logging and configure them for related reports and alerts. Again, Splunk. Design correlation rules. They're definitely talking about Splunk. Like, you can learn all of this with Splunk. Review and implement method to streamline and automate compliance and security. So maybe a little bit of Ansible. I do have a course below to Ansible guided project to learn the basics. You can automate a lot of different things with Ansible. It's a configuration management tool. It's a pretty easy project, so check that out. Automate compliance and security. You can do that with configuration management tools right there. So learn Ansible for this job and Splunk, and you're qualified. All right, and as we can see here, it says SIME, which is System Information Event Management. Learn Splunk for like the 100th time. Experience with parsing languages such as regex. You can learn that with Linux pretty quickly. Knowledge of audit processes and IT controls. Google IT support certificate, which I can link right here. Ability to communicate orally and effectively. Now, sales and marketing would be really useful to pick up. And so some desired skills and experience. So they want you to know change management. That's ITIL basically. You can look up ITIL and you can learn that in a solid 2 days, by the way. Take a weekend and you can learn all about ITIL and how it works. A 4-year degree. Now, take this with a grain of salt, as a 2-year degree is fine, or if you're actively working towards a degree, that will also be good. Or if you have certificate and projects and you have a killer resume, that will also be in it. Experience with NIST 800-53. This is free online. You can just Google that and you can read all about NIST 53 and learn about security controls, risk management, incident management, change management. It's in there. Those are extremely valuable skills that you could just learn for free. The next job on here is compliance analyst. I personally absolutely despise compliance, but maybe you really like it, so I'm gonna try to not be biased here. It pays $78,000 at a minimum, at tops $106,000. And this is an analyst position, not an engineer position, so this is definitely an entry level. You need at least 2 years of experience with a bachelor's degree, and don't let that get you down, as if they see a motivated person who really wants to join the career, that they take that into consideration. That's a factor. Knowledge of identity and access controls, again, that's IAM, so like user account creation. It's not hard to learn. Vulnerability management, patch management, SDLC, business continuity, disaster recovery, cloud, SaaS services, and all of that sort. These are all really good skills to know, and if you're going to work in compliance, you're going to need to have a general idea of what all of these things are in order to keep all these things in compliance with laws and regulations. And of course, you're going to need to know laws and regulations. So HIPAA, NIST 800-53, CSF, ISO, these are all rules and regulations that would be very beneficial for you to know. You're going to need to know how to research all of these things. Self-starter with high level of initiative. And by learning all of these things on your own and creating your own projects and creating a really good resume that's important, you honestly show that you have self-initiative and that you don't need someone to hold your hand. Very valuable. The next job is a forensic analyst. And this job is actually an entry-level job. It requires no years of experience and it starts off at $33 an hour. And because it doesn't require any experience. I'm guessing you will probably start out at $33 an hour. And this job looks super cool. I really wanted to do forensics as a child. I just like when I wanted to grow up, I was like, I want to do forensic science. This is pretty close to it. You're going to be doing digital evidence recovery and things of that sort. So you're going to need to know the chain of custody, which is a really good skill to know on how they use evidence and how they collect evidence and all of that. You're going to use advanced procedures to analyze different types of digital multimedia data. It's really cool. So you're going to compare unknown objects to known objects and do kind of correlations and analysis on that. Determine speed of vehicles using photogrammetry. Photogrammetry. I've never even heard of that before, but I'm sure, let's look this up. You use electromagnetic energy to figure out what objects are. I don't think it can get any cooler than that. You're gonna conduct crime scene investigations. You're gonna reconstruct some crime scenes also, and you're going to maintain the proper storage handlement for all of this evidence that you're collecting. Now this seems like a really fun job that pays really well with a low barrier entry. That sounds like a dream job in my opinion. Now let's go on to the next one, and this is going to be an IT auditor. Now if you want to audit things, this is kind of something a lot of people in tech absolutely despise doing, so it's a wide open field if you like to audit. Minimum pay here is $35 an hour, which isn't bad. Job description is basically just saying you need to audit things, you need to know laws and regulations such as HIPAA and SOX, you need to be able to perform and test different systems for compliance to know if it is in compliance. You're going to peer review other auditors' work, which peer review isn't that difficult, easy skill to pick up. Need to be self-directed, which is the theme throughout all of these job duties, and a way to show that you're self-directed is by learning these skills and creating your own projects, creating a killer resume, and really just embracing cybersecurity and creating a portfolio of what you're doing. And for the experience, you just need 1 year of experience. Now this is preferred. So they understand that they're not going to get experienced people to do this job. It's a great entry-level job. I honestly believe that if you're looking for a cybersecurity job, you could probably get these skills within a month and create a portfolio and then go apply today. So if you live in Denver. And that concludes my analysis of these cybersecurity job postings along with the salaries and the skills and the job duties. I hope you enjoyed this. And also if you liked this video, I have more videos that you can check out right here. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, my friends, until next time.